Thank you very much for spending time for us. Huh?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Where is Malvi sir? I am not seeing. Acha, Malvi sir is also there. Okay, yeah. Welcome, Malvi sir. Namaskar. Namaskar, Nirbhan Singh ji. Namaskar, Anurag ji. Thank you, Khusro ji. And welcome everybody. जो हमारे सारे लोग आज IITTM के यहाँ जुड़े हुए हैं, हम सबका स्वागत करते हैं हम.
Sir, thank you so much. With your permission, can I start with the session, sir?
Sure, I think we should.
Welcome everybody, mostly the students and the distinguished panel members. IITTM has taken a big leap forward, wherein IITTM now has become the member of Ministry of Education under Institution Innovation Cell. Under the able guidance of Director Sir, what we are going to do forward is to nurture the budding talent in the field of innovation, and wherein for this purpose, all of the students today would be provided with the words of wisdom by our distinguished panelists. So moving forward with the session, I would request to start the session with words of wisdom from our Director Sir. Director Sir, if you could, please. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Very afternoon to all the students and Institute Innovation Cell, IIC, under the Ministry of Education, is for the purpose of systematically fostering the culture of innovation in all higher education institutes in our country. A novel approach which will definitely help the nation to achieve greater heights by utilizing the ideas and talents of the youth in this country. As we know, India is one among the youngest country in the world with respect to the population. We have more than 54% of the population below 25 years of age, tapping the potential of this youth, whether it will be the skill level or innovative ideas for development in various spheres, is imperative for the future of our country. We, the IITTM, have always been continuously striving the developing manpower for the tourism sector, as well as creating and implementing various tourism-based projects in the state and national level. I am happy to announce that today, the Institute Innovation Cell, IIC, under the Ministry of Education, is commencing its operation from IITTM. Also, let me, along with Dr. Nirbhan Singh ji and Dr. C.S. Malvi sir and Shri Anurag Shrivastava ji, take the pride and pleasure to inaugurate the Institute Innovation Cell at IITTM. I take this opportunity to thank all the staff members of IITTM who worked hard to make this initiative possible. Especially, I am thankful to Mr. R.M. Khusro ji. And I am also sure that with the kind of dedicated manpower we have, the Institute Innovation Cell of IITTM will be able to come up with transformative ideas in tourism development of the country, which will be both innovative as well as sustainable and focusing on the three pillars: community, environment, and economy. Once again, wishing all the best for this endeavor. Thank you. Jai Hind. Thank you very much. Over to Khusro sir.
Thank you so much, Director Sir. It's always pleasure to hear from you. Your words are always inspiring for us and inculcates the thought process, which is very essential to any ethos of any human being. Moving forward with the session, I would request our first panel member, a dignitary, distinguished member. And actually, I don't have words, sir. When I have gone through your CV, I was awed and I was inspired a lot. The amount of work which you have done, it's really means it's a role model for us. And I was finding it very difficult as to what to say and what not to say. But I would give a brief thing about you, that sir have been interested with nurturing more than 22 startups in triple IITTM. Sir, is our first distinguished speaker is Professor Anurag Shrivastava. Anurag sir, if you please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Khusro. Thank you, Professor Sharma, Dr. Malvi, Dr. Irfan, and the whole IITTM team who has invited me basically to be with all of you at this inaugural session of the Institute Innovation Cell. And as Dr. Kushro has said that I have contributed a lot in this area. That was actually the dream of my chairman at the time. I remember Professor Dr. Aman Donor, Dr. Aman Buch and Professor Deshmukh. They had this dream and they wanted me to be the leader of that. And they have given this opportunity. In fact, it was a challenge given to me. It was in 2009 actually when they conceptualized this idea. They asked me that Anurag, can you do it here in IITM? It was very, very difficult, very challenging at that moment for me to motivate the students towards entrepreneurship. And basically, those students who are joining IITM, mostly they are interested in placement. And you know that the statistics of IITM says that even in the recession period also, the graph was very good. The statistics were very good in the reference to the placement. So motivating those students to the entrepreneurship area was very, very difficult. But at that time, I was given a course of systems analysis and design, I still remember, and that has basically helped me a lot, in motivating the students to understand the system and improvise the system. And so through that subjects only, I started giving smaller project to the students, and somehow they got interested. I still remember that there are two students, Arpita and Mohit. They come forward the first time, and they were backbencher. I'm just quoting example of that. They were backbencher, and they were creating nuisance sometimes in the class. And so I called them. I thought of giving them punishment actually when they were disturbing the class. So I thought of now why not to give a different kind of punishment to these students. And so I asked them what you were doing. So they were actually playing a game in the mobile. So I asked them, can you develop a similar game for me? This is a punishment for you guys. And they were shocked. This was the first time they were hearing this kind of punishment. So I said that for 7 days you'll be out of this class, and you'll have to complete this assignment. So first, second day, I remember that they came to, sir, can you please change this punishment? I cannot complete this task. But later on, I realized that, third day they came and they came up with a very good idea. And the idea was basically to develop a similar game that was on Indian theme, and developing, say, you must be knowing that, the Kathputis are very, very famous in Rajasthan. And can we convert this, into gaming product and in different Indian languages? And that was the first idea which came from our student basically. And then we converted this, and that has gone to different kind of different language apps, and it is available now. It is more than 22 languages in the world, and they are earning a lot. So they have got associated with different companies, and they have developed different kind of gaming products. So I mean, this was the journey basically that it started, So, but what Professor Sharma has rightly said that in the beginning, that what is the need of this student innovation cell, and why the government of India, especially the Ministry of HRD, has conceptualized this concept of starting this kind of centers in different higher education institutes of India. So basically, rightly said by Professor Sharma that a big number, big ratio of the population of India is basically is youth. And about, as he said rightly, about 60%, 65%, they are coming at the age of around 25 and 35 age. And they are the, basically the people who can, make the complete, bring the complete change in the country. And their ideas are very, very, very important. But my experience in the last 10 years, when in 2009, when I started this journey in IITM, is basically there is no age bar. There is no age bar. Even an idea can come to the kids who are in your family. They can come up with a very good idea. Even the people who are at the age of 65, 75, or even 80s, they also have a very good idea. So it's basically a collective effort. It's a collective effort. So basically the job of these Institute Innovation Cell is basically, can we nurture these ideas? Can we translate these ideas into real-time product or prototypes, and or sometimes even the services? Because especially if you talk about the tourism sector, into your sector basically, because there are a lot of areas. India is a growing country, or developing country. So when we say, though we have been listed in developed countries recently, but still I believe that there are a lot many sectors which need to be nurtured, and tourism is very very important. That has faced a lot of challenges in the last 1.5 year during the pandemic. The most suffered, the sector is basically tourism. So these are the areas when you feel a lot of challenges, lot of opportunities are there. So can we think of converting these challenges into opportunities and involve the all the stakeholders of this sector all together? And when I'm saying all the sectors, of course the IT sector is going to play a very very important role in that. And in that, see, we know that a lot of technologies are available. Can we use these technologies to help the basically the various stakeholders coming to this sector? So in your case, the tourists who are coming from the India, or within the India, or coming from abroad. So what kind of sectors, or what kind of the people are coming, or from which countries they are coming, and for what purpose they are coming to India? So if you define the tourism, it is not only for just for roaming around here and there and seeing the monuments and those places. The education sector has become a education tourism. Health sector has become health tourism. Even agriculture sector has become agriculture tourism. Not many sectors have been defined as a tourism sector. So tourism has become a very very big umbrella. You cannot keep this tourism as a very very small sector. It's a very big sector. So a lot many people can join all together, and they can help the young or budding entrepreneurs basically to translate these ideas into a real-time product, or processes, or the services basically. And in that case, is of course the role of Institute Innovation Cell is going to be very very important. So what we can do basically, the government has not only started that Institute Innovation Cell, but at the same time Ministry of IT, DST, DBT, and many other DSIR, these are organizations, they have started giving funding to these Institute Innovation Cell. So what they can do basically is, for example, Institute Innovation doesn't have any financial support from the government directly. For that, Institute of course has to give some kind of financial support initially. But if we can get some funding from DST, DBT, or other sources, those ideas can get transferred, because whenever you are trying to translate the ideas into a product, of course you need money, right? The financial support is very well required. But before that, mentoring is very very important. So we can have the mentors from within the institute, or also we can invite the people from outside. That's the reason, if you look at the website of the Institute Innovation Cell or Council of Government of India, they have the list of the mentors available, the experts available. Even if you look at the social hub, the ministry, MHRD's hub of the startup hub, right? They also have the very big list of the mentors. You can connect to any mentor from there. So they are open. It is not only restricted that you should take the mentor from your institute only. You can take the mentor even from Bangalore. You can take the mentor from Mumbai. Whosoever you feel that he or she is very very important and relevant to your project idea, so you can connect them, and ministry is going to help you out directly. Of course, ministry will not give you the funding for this, but as I said, through the various funding agencies, you can get yourself connected. So basically the idea is what Professor Sharma has rightly said. We are here to help you, help Indian help the the young entrepreneurs, or young the students basically who are studying in our campus, right? Translating their ideas into reality. And that is our job basically. And whenever you talk about innovation, I still remember, because when I started in 2009, I started a cell. It is called a Raman Innovation Cell, because I'm basically a physics person, and got converted into IT person because of Professor Deshmukh. I thank Professor Deshmukh for this, who has given me a lot of challenges. And that's the reason I'm here discussing a lot of ideas with you related to the innovation. So what I could realize when I keep visiting the President House, they started the national innovation fairs. And from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, continuously for 4 or 5 years, I have participated in that. I got selected, and our student got selected. We presented our work, and I remember 2018 when I had a meeting with then President of India, and there were 10 centers selected from the country, and we showcased our product to him. And after that only, they realized that importance of these innovation fairs. And can we think of starting even in the smaller institutes, not only in the higher education institutes of India, but even the smaller colleges, we can think of, because the innovation is not restricted to the one bigger institutes. Even if for a small school, even who's remotely located in a village, there can also be possible some kind of innovation. So I still remember one example I will just would like to share, because I have only 15 minutes. I thought of having a very good presentation on this. So I remember that there was a girl, and she was studying in 6th standard. She got innovation award, and you must be knowing Professor Anil Gupta. He is basically, I will consider him as a father of innovation in India, because he started. He was from IIM Ahmedabad actually, and he started finding out in the small villages, that what kind of innovation the villagers or the people who are residing in the villages, even the kids in the villages, they have contributed to the innovation. So I still remember that that girl studying in 6th standard somewhere in Himachal, and that girl has asked a question to his principal in his school, in her school, that sir, because there was a problem with the tap water, the drinking water facility was available at one place in a small school, and you must have seen that it was a, like tanky in a tank, and the all the the taps are aligned in one direction, right? You must have seen that in horizontally, right? And 6 or 7 students, they can drink the water just through those taps, right? So that girl was very short height girl, so she was having difficulty in drinking the water through the tap. So she asked the principal that can we think of changing this level of this the tap. So and as usual, that principal denied, and he scolded that girl that you are coming all this bullshit ideas. Get out of this, and you bring the water bottle from your home. And that girl was a little bit perturbed, and she went home, and she somehow discussed this idea with her brother, and he was studying in engineering, first year I think, or second year. So brother also said, why you have fighted with your principal? Teacher aapko number kam de dega, like that, he said. As usual, our parents or our seniors, they used to console us, don't argue with your seniors and the teachers. So that girl has come up, then she again, discussed this idea, interacted with brother, and she said that, I have a design for you. So he said, okay, give me the design. She designed different levels of taps, right? The opening of the, so the different levels. So can we think of just making different alignments in the same tank, right? So that people of the short height can also drink water easily. The people with the having a very good height, they can also, because they need not to go down, right? For example, the shorter people, they have to, uh, uh, you know, give the height to with their feet, right? And then the people who are having high height, they have to go down, right? So can we think of having the same tap working for everyone? And this was the idea when Professor Anil Gupta has selected, and this girl has got the award. This was one, I'm giving you one example. It was not a big innovation, but it has, it has made a lot of change, brought a lot of changes. And, the many institutions, they have adopted this idea. And later on, people believe that, they can even, having the switching of this tap level, they can adjust according to their height, right? And then they can open this tap. So this is how that innovation takes place. It is not restricted to, we believe that something big. It is not an invention we are doing. It was a simple jugaad. You must remember, jugaad is a very, very common word in India. So how to translate this jugaad, which was actually developed for few people or 1 or 2 people, and later on people realize that it is good for not for 1 or 2 people. It is good for masses. So when it is good for masses, yeah, it will become innovation. And that was, I think, clicked me and my students, and we developed as Mr. Khusro has said that, about 22 startups we have nurtured so far in the last 10 years, and more than 60 entrepreneurs we have developed so far. Of course, we have received the funding from Ministry of IT under the Technology Innovation and Development of Entrepreneurs in the area of IT and electronics, but never restricted myself to the IT and electronics area. I entered in agriculture, I entered in the biotechnology, into the social sector, any sector, wherever you feel there is a requirement and the idea is innovative idea, you please come forward. And I mean, there are many examples. The OA room, you must be the OA room, right? How if you just go through the journey of Ritesh Agrawal, if you talk about the Paytm owner, Vijay Shankar Sharma, how he started his journey. There are many examples in India, many examples, right? And from where they started, but only the thing that we need not to discourage the students. They may come up with silly ideas sometimes, and sometimes these silly ideas may get translated into very, very good products. So I think I have only 15 minutes, so I have finished my 15 minutes, I think, Dr. Khusro. Uh, so from my side, my best wishes to all the students, and wherever you need my support, I'm always ready to interact with the students and translating or shaping their ideas into product or processes or services. Wherever you feel that I'm always ready to help you out. And of course, through my network in ministry also, I can be of some use to provide you some kind of funding also. And yes, so from my side, I'm open, and any kind of question if coming from the students, I'm ready to answer. If I'm able to.
Sir, we would
Yeah,
be
Dr. Khusro, I think I finished my time, 15 minutes.
sir, we would be keeping a question answer session at the end of the session,
Okay, good.
if you permit.
Good.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Your words are always awe-inspiring, and you are a role model not only for the students but for us junior faculty, sir. When I've actually, to be very honest with you, when I have gone through your CV, I was dumbstruck. The amount of work which you have done, so I was not able to pick and choose as to what to say. To be
Dr.
very
Khusro, Dr. Khusro, I have already said that basically I'm a physics person, I'm a science person.
right,
I always believe in fundamentals.
right, sir. Right.
And you cannot build a building unless you are not having a very good, the plinth, right?
Right, sir. Right. Thank you.
Very important. He is very, very important.
Right, right, right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Moving forward with the session, our next distinguished panelist is Dr. Nirbhan Singh from Agriculture College. Sir has got an extensive experience in sales and marketing, in working in various capacities in different organizations, some of them very prestigious ones. And sir is PhD from Coimbatore and MBA from Pune. Presently, sir is working as a marketing manager in Gwalior Agriculture College. So I would request Nirbhan sir to please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khusro. Are you audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You are audible.
Thank you so much for giving the very nice introduction. And as you know that the innovation is the new things for us. And you know that I am working as a marketing manager in Center for Agri-Business Incubation and Entrepreneurship. That is the new agri-business startup in India. And at that time, from the 4 universities all over India has got the opportunities to start the agri-business. So Rajmata Vijay Sindhya was one of that one. And we have started the initiative last year, but we are going to start our activities. Some activities already started, but some of the office and other things are going to be start in the next month when we have the inauguration with the agriculture ministers. As the topic, the innovation, this is a very new things, and whatever things we are going to do in the agri business, that is the new challenge for us, because the agri business were not considering on the different things. because number of the activities going to be happen in the market and number of the issues are related to the agriculture. So we got the opportunity to how the agri entrepreneur is going to be extend their business in especially in the Chambal regions, and we are also going to develop the farmer producer organizations. So that is the things which is going to be a linkage between the government, which is going to extend the number of the FPOs. They have a target toward the 10,000 FPOs all over India. So we got the opportunities to develop the FPOs. We already extend our work not only in the MP but the UP and the different places, and we also having some collaboration with the different institutions all over India. So basically, we are going to focus on developing the farmer producer organizations. Basically, they are the people those who are connected with the different village and the block levels, and they having the number of the unique product. And so our target is that develop these products at the certain levels and be providing the market linkage to them, so that they are able to place their product in the markets. And we have the very good opportunity in the Chambal region, and we have a lot of good productions, but really we having the lacking in the pricing and the MRP. What the issue is we are facing in the last year, the number of education we find in the Delhi and some other places. So these are the things which is the issues related to the agriculture industries. But now the things are going to be competent for them, and government has taken the initiatives to help at the different levels. So as incubators or which is going to work in the universities, which going to provide the counseling levels, we are going to develop the counseling, and those are going to start the business in the agriculture and the allied product. So these are the things which is going to be happen, and number of the people are coming forward. They are having the number of the good proposals, and sometimes we are also thinking about that how effectively we are going to make them comfortable to start the business. So my focus as a marketing manager or the part of the Center for Agriculture Business Incubation Centers, this is going to focus on the number of the product which is the more available in the nearby markets, and develop agri clusters, and making the group of the peoples form the companies, providing the guidance, legal guidance and the other things, make the business plan, helping in the project formations and proposals, DPR, and some other proposal the linkage with the government operations. So these are the counseling work we have already started, and now we can say that the 28 FPOs is already registered with us and they are working with us. And second is, thing is that what I am thinking that how the innovation is going to happen in the agri business, because my thing is that somewhere we having the disparity in the price of the different product. What is the product is available in Gwalior and the other places, we find the same product in the less price. So we are going to make the linkage between the different FPOs so that they are able to share their product from one FPO to another FPOs. And definitely this is going to help the farmers for doubling the income. This is the initiatives of the governments, which is also going to achieve through the incubations. Another thing is that right now we are not having the seed funding, and thing is that number of the people are coming to us, they are asking about the funding, but now we are providing only the counselings, and we are just helping in the different way to the FPOs and the different startup and innovators. And luckily there are a lot of innovation has been already taking place in India, and based on the different crops, and on the basis of that we are also trying to develop the analytical lab and the tools which is going to help to the farmers, either in the terms of the sensors, either in terms of the pollutions, either in terms of the some other sensor which is going to be used under the artificial intelligence. We are also connecting that one with the agriculture. So number of things are going to be happen, and we are also getting the good proposal from them, and definitely this is going to help the farmers nearby place, but all over India we are able to make the models for them so that they are able to complete that one. Another issue that what we are covering on that one, awareness about the government schemes, which is not having the comfortable stage with the farmers, because they don't know about that, what the scheme is going to be happen and what the government having the initiatives for that. So definitely, we are providing the platforms and we are connecting to the industry peoples, we are connecting to the farmers, we are connecting to the producers, we are connecting to the exporters, and making a platform where they are able to share their product, share their knowledge, and share their the initiatives, what they are doing on that one. And we have already done the number of the meeting with them. So we are getting a very good response from them. So that is a good things, the area where we are working. This is very challenging for us, and definitely we are going to achieve that one. As I think that innovation is a really concept which is coming to the different minds, or the different people are thinking about the different ways, and they are coming with that proposals, and we are developing the same proposals on the commercialization, and whatever the efforts they are going to take, we are going to take the same things with the help of the different expertise, with the help of our counseling, so that they are able to make the position where they are able to exist with their startups. So number of things are going to be happen, but a lot of work we have to done on the part of the startups, because percentage, as we know that only the 4 and 5% startup is going to exist after 3 years. That is the big challenge, how to sustain in the next 3 years. So ratio where they are able to run their company comfortably. Number of things is also made by the government, that is very easy in terms of the number of the compliances, which is going to help the farmers and the startups, which is also helping them to grow and enhance their business in the different levels. Government is also having a number of the schemes, they having a number of the portals, they have a number of the subsidies. This is also going to be provided by the through the various schemes, and that is the big things for us, that how effectively we are going to attach these schemes with the farmers, so that they are get the benefit. And definitely in that regions, we are having the number of the things, number of innovative things, people are coming forward with these things, just like the hydroponic and just like the beekeeping. We already set up in the Morena, and that is the one of the government mission in which we are going to enhance the income of the farmers. And we are just keeping the group near the 5,000 and 6,000 people are producing the honey, and that is the big things, or the big product. We can make the number of the product through the honey. I'm just giving the one example of the product which is going to enhance the income of the farmers. Vermicompost is organic farming is definitely the new things. Number of the initiatives is already taken in the Morena and wind area, where they are having the organic farming, and we are getting the very good response. So we are trying to develop these things, or the modified product which is going to sell in the market, so that we can keep the fertility of the soil, and we can get the very good product for the, or the hygiene product, which is going to help in the human health. So these are the number of the things we have to do. And initially a lot of work has to be done by the agri-business incubation, and definitely we have the big challenge, and because the environment and the number of things, linkage, market linkage, different companies, those are working in the different product pricing, that is the things also, and availability of the product from the one place to another product, or the, you can say that supply chain management, this has to be enhanced within the FPOs. So they are able to sell their product comfortably, they are able to sell their share their product with the different approach in the different location. So we can work on the price mechanism also through the approach. So this is the one of the best initiatives taken by the government, and we are getting the very good response, and I hope so that in the next 4 and 5 years, and definitely we have the number of the startups and innovators in the same fields. So these are the things I have discussed about the agri business and some of the startup and the innovations. A lot of work has to be done. So these are the things is going to be complete in next 2 and 3 years, and so that we are able to achieve the target of governments by doubling the farmers' income in the next few years. So time is there, or the sir?
Sir, if you want, you can. Sir, if you want, you can speak more. No, we don't mind, sir.
Okay. So as I told you that we are going to focus on the productivities through the approach, because they are going to use the organic or the vermicompost fertilizers, and so we have already taken the initiatives, and we have the number of the 1 or 2 approach already working on that one in the wind areas. So organic farming definitely having the bright futures, and this is going to be happen a big business for us, because whatever the price now the farmer is getting through the organic farming, definitely they are going to get the 3 times more price of the existing product. So that is the things is going to be happen. Second thing is that the agricultures, and we are also going to connect the number of the gausalas with that organic farmings. Whatever the cow dung is there, we are going to collect, and we are going to develop these one. We are already having some startups in that product, and where they are making the number of the product from the cow dung. And apart from the vermicompost, they are developing the bricks. They are having the mosquito coils from the cow dung. We are also having the one project which is going to be work on the cow pens. So that is going to be huge, and that is already tested by the government, and definitely government has taken the initiative to develop near the 100 clusters all over the India about the cow pen, and this is going to be commercialized within the next years. So number of the products can be make, and we can make the environment friendly product which is going to be made by the small help group and the FPOs, farmer producer companies. So we are getting a very good result for that. As I told you that the Morena is going to develop as the beekeeping and the apiculture. The number of farmers, the 6,000 farmers are already having the group and the producing the honey. So on that one, we having the some processing unit over there. And apart from that, we are also going to develop the research on the different product, which is very costly. If we are able to succeed to develop these products, definitely we are going to export these products to the different world markets. So farmers nowadays growing, they're having some knowledge. We are also providing the awareness for that. We are providing the different schemes which is going to be help them to enhance their business. We are also motivate them to be the part of the FPOs. We are also giving the support to them to develop the byproduct or the allied product of the agriculture, so that they can enhance their income in that areas. So these are the number of the things or initiatives has been taken, and we have the very good challenge now to develop the Chambal. We know that which is known for the different things, and the ravine is there. So we are also having the project of the agri storage, which is going to develop in the ravine areas, and we also thinks that this is going to be click in the next year, and definitely we are having the number of the one or two startups in that area also. And so this thing is going to be happen. So these are the number of the things is going to be happen in the agriculture business, and definitely we have very good response for that, and definitely we can do a lot of work in that areas. So number of things are there, number of things going to be done by us. So incubation center is the center where the pupils can get the counselings, where the pupils get the advice, where the pupils get the compliance or the legal knowledge, where the pupils are able to get the place if they are not having the office. So we are also providing the office in our centers. So the new entrepreneur or the new startup, those who are not having the financial sound, definitely we are going to help them not only in the marketing but also the giving the guidance for developing the same company in a very innovative way, and they are able to make their presence in the market. So definitely we have the very good approach for that, and definitely through the agribusiness incubation centers we are going to achieve that target also. Thank you so much.
Yes, Khusroji, please, it's over to you. I think, yes, Khusroji, yes. Dr. Nirban, it was a very good talk, very good speech, and we are thinking that now we can open a new door for the rural tourism also, and we will take your help in that also.
Right, sir, right, sir. I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nirban sir. Because as Director sir has aptly pointed out, Ministry is thinking on the lines wherein we would be focusing on rural tourism, wherein your expertise would be highly valuable for us. Moving ahead with the session, I'm very honored and I'm very pleased that our third distinguished panelist from MITS, Professor C.S. Malvi sir. Sir is instrumental in behind whatever we have done so far as far as our innovation and incubation cell is concerned. To tell you briefly about Sir. Sir is MTech from NIT Bhopal. Sir is PhD from University of Leeds, and currently Sir is in charge of innovation cell at MITS. These are the very few things which I have told about Sir, apart from the thing that Sir has been a globe trotter, where Sir have worked in more than 10 countries in various research and development field. So over to you, Sir. Malvi sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Director Dr. Alok Sharma. Thank you very much, Dr. Khusro. And thank you also, Dr. Anurag, for starting well and introducing what is innovation and how students and others can help and to motivate others. And thank you, Dr. Nirban Singh Ji, for introducing the various opportunities and how the linkages are being developed in the agriculture sector. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Fantastic. So I will use my 15 minutes for the topic given to me, that is the IIC and NISP. First, but I got motivated by Dr. Srivastava and Nirban Singh Ji. So I'm going to show you some of my innovations over there. And I showed you this.
Excuse me, Dr. Malvi, your screen is not visible.
My screen is paused. I think I'll share again.
Yeah, please.
So because I have to show the scheme, so that's why I'm sharing. Okay. This is the screen share, and this is. Is it visible, my screen? Why your screen
Yes,
sharing is?
Is it visible?
Sir, it is showing blank actually.
It's not visible.
It's not visible.
We are not seeing content.
We are not, as Sir has said.
Why it is saying pause? Why? Because
Malvi, can you just share your whole window, whole screen?
resume share. So
There are two options here: the whole window and the particular slide, a particular.
I shared the entire
Share
screen.
your screen, the entire screen.
Yes, I did so. Yes.
Yes, yes.
It's on the screen now. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So there are some practices and projects. I will not take more than 2 minutes in explaining them. And this was the one idea. Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Sir, you are audible.
Hello. Yes. So this is the machine we filed for patent. This is a very agricultural business over here. These are my two students who developed a mosquito coil. What they do, in the mosquito coil. Hello. I'm getting duplicate voice. Okay, so they develop by using neem and cow dung and very local things, and they developed a coil. And after developing that mosquito coil, they found that mosquito are getting repelled by this thing. So they developed this machine. This can be very much useful for the agriculture purpose. And I'm getting opportunity to show you the Dr. Nirvan thing. Okay, you must knowing Mr. Saurabh Bhapte, who developed this book chair, and they got some award and various others as well. And he shared one idea with these before the COVID, that a person is generally in air conditioner train. We get one blanket and that bed sheet and covers. So, and that we don't trust whether they are clean or not. So whether this can be an opportunity that we can provide on a station, then one packet of trustworthy packet of this type of utility, so a person can use it, and they have a choice whether to use it or not to use it. And the different station, like every station has Gita press, you can sell it and other thing. So every station can have this type of facility for renting out this type of facilities. Well, and I'm not going much in detail of this my different type of invention, but to show you the actual topic assigned to me, that is what is National Innovation Policy and Startup. This National Innovation Policy was started up in 2019 for students as well as the faculty. If you read deeply, they say it's for the as well as for the staff. Okay, it is the MHRD, Ministry of Innovation, IIT, University Grants Commission, and AIC. So those who are related with this thing, it means ultimately HEI, Higher Education Institute, is adopting this. So we are providing ultimately not job seeker, but to job provider. How this is possible? So what is the this thing? And congratulations that you are the member now. Today you are inaugurating the session. This institution innovation cell. So ultimately, what happens when you start this institution innovation cell, you can take part for Smart India Hackathon, Institution Innovation Council that you are developed, and while filling in the different quarters, Q1, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, you can be eligible, or by default you are getting promotion in utter ranking of institution on innovation achievement. So after a few years, because it's already started 2-3 years back, but after 1 or 2 years, definitely utter ranking will be on the top, because what your students are doing after passing out from the institution will be more important. That how many jobs they are providing, and this will be a rank how many IPR your institution has and how many startups your institution has. This will be your metric state where your performance will be measured. So this is the utter ranking. Ultimately, when you will achieve, when you apply this National Innovation and Startup Policy at your institute. So you already cleared one step, consideration for that. Now, how to do it? So this was started earlier, 2019. All the ministry and other Ministry of Education and are sitting up, then inaugurating this thing. And why this was started? So this is a long 32-page document, and most of the 15-page may be related to tourism institute, and maybe another page related to the other type of the institution. So in yellow marks, they say what is the causes. In blue marks, they say what are the causes, sub problems, then what are the core problems, and what is the effect. If I take one example only, then only they say, of course, the lack of awareness, rightly said by Dr. Anurag Srivastava, the principal denied the request from the girl that no, you don't do it. So lack of motivation. Second is and that lack of experimental learning tracks. So generally we are just following the syllabus and passing the exams. So innovations are not coming up. So these are the causes. There are many: weak delivery, lack of dedicated infrastructure, many things. But what is the sub problem? If you have the cause, the low level existence of critical mass of motivated students. Generally, if you are having 60 batch of students, only two come up with idea. So we are already getting infected by the 58%. So low level of existence of motivated mass in the faculties with entrepreneurial orientation and skill set. Generally, the faculty is also trained with the completing the syllabus only, delivering the 30-40 lectures and evaluating the students and just passing them from the institute that you are graduate now. So this culture has to develop from here. So what is the ultimately core problem? The same, the lack of entrepreneurship culture and practices among students and faculties in technical institutions like tourism education and other things. Here, what another problem, to pronounce entrepreneurship is another problem. So what they do, they create a very simple name, they call it startup, very simple name. Now, what will the effect over here? That dominance of job seeking attitude. From if you going in this direction, so everybody after passing, they are trying to search what is the job for me, graduate job. Very low self-employable rate. Everybody would like to work in somewhere, and somewhere. Inconsistency of weaker and process pipeline and innovation interface, high employment rate among these graduates, and prolonged cognitive phase to choose the entrepreneurship in country. So this is the ultimate effect that everybody is job seeking. So if we move further, okay, so what we have to develop, we have to develop an ecosystem. So what we have to input in this system, they say resource allocation, financial budget, and for budget, everything is written in the next few pages. I'm not going to read out the whole NISP policy, but to making you aware that policy exists by the Indian government. Now, university and institution has to adopt it by modifying according to their administrative and organization and financial infrastructure. Organization, workshop, lecture, orientation program. So this is the one type of the brainstorming session you can call it. Included aware and motivate the students, developing a critical mass of motivated student faculties, and vibrant and dynamic startup ecosystem and institution, because everywhere the technical is written, because I belong to a technical institution, Madhav Institute of Technology and Science. Ultimately, increase employment rate through self-employment. Whenever, so what happens? So that we have the academic performance index every year. So they get annual, they think how many papers you have published, how many classes you have taken, what is the departmental, institutional, and seminar you have conducted, you are awarding a mark. Now the marks is also given by that how many students you have motivated to start their startup. So this can be another point for the thing. Ultimately, when we say this thing, I'm not going to read this thing. There is a key performance index. You can read, Dr. Khusro can tell you. But how I would like to explain this ecosystem building. So when you say with the building, on the base, there's a coherent policy, guidance, resource support is everything is there. And it is standing, the whole thing is in 4 pillars: innovation, development, entrepreneurship, skill set, and technology commercialization and startup services. And these are for both innovation and startup. And these are the supported by the government and supported like a real market challenge and the problem. So they don't know, because they are the 9th level of TRL, technological readiness level. So generally we are reaching up to a 3 or 4. But Dr. Anurag Srivastava already told that they have startup had met about crosses a level of 7 and 9. So it needs some time, at least a 3 years. Real societal challenges. Ultimately, this whole thing is our interdependent for a micro ecosystem at the institute level. So when we should take the printout of this thing and we should publish this thing in corridor so everybody can will say what is his role and what he is expecting from others to do it, and what others understand what we have to provide for the next level generation. Okay, so these are simple. Ultimately, in institution, we have to convert one idea to a business. We have to convert idea to business. We have to, and those a student team to be converted to an organization ultimately. And this is the research based and IPR ideas to convert to innovation. If we have the talent, we have to convert that talent to entrepreneurship talent. Okay, so ideas converting is called startup. A team is converted to organization where people is involved over here. So this is the simple micro action plan and framework. Generally, we one by one we process over here. So you already started in IISc, and this thing to be submitted and NISP policy can be adopted. These are simple monitoring system of the NISP policy or Atal ranking. These are the indicators, the state level, university level, institution level. You just give the tick mark, you get the marks. So your performance is measured in somewhat form. Okay. Now, this is the first area where national innovation and startup policy to be developed. They want like entrepreneurship, government sector, promotion sector, awareness, and agriculture sector is already described as well. These are highlighting features of the policy. So I'm not just telling you that what they want. They want a very clearly in one paragraph, a minimum 1% of institutional total budget should be allocated for startup policy, because you start at training and placement cell, you start incubation cell, whatever name you keep, you should allocate 1% institutional total to this one. Okay, and academic break and semester year break to the student as well as the faculty from if they are devoting more than 20% time, you can give a semester break. And ultimately what they will get equity share in terms of money or in terms of paper money, 2% to 9 to 5% equity. So you can not only you are getting benefited in monetary terms, but you are developing another relation to this one. Services to be offered by the institution in view of equity, fee-based and zero-based payment model. So ultimately you are getting everything. So I'm not getting in very detail on the remaining part. I'm just leaving this section. I will share this presentation and it's very already available. This presentation in NISP website, and Dr. Khusro one by one in brainstorming session can share this thing. And thank you very much for inviting me. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Malvi, and for your guidance and continuous support for establishing IIC in IITTM. And I think Mr. RM Khusro, now over to RM Khusro, sir, please.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Malvi, sir. You have been instrumental in whatever we have done so far as startups or registration with IIC is concerned. My sincere welcome to all the nodal officers, especially Dr. Sabir Hussain, Nodal Officer Bhubaneswar, Dr. Monica Prakash, Nodal Officer Nellore, and my senior Saurabh Dixit sir. Moving ahead, I would now request Barua sir to please say a vote of thanks. Barua sir.
Thank you very much.
I think Barua sir, I think
sorry.
Brother Malvi sir want to say something, please.
Sir, sorry to stop you, but I think there's a one question in chat box.
Yeah. Yes. It's a question answer hour. No? Khusro sir, please conduct question answer hours, because we have 61 participants with us. They were certified. So all the students are welcome to raise questions, because it's a very good movement when your institute is starting a IIC, Innovation Cell in IITTM. And obviously you, all our students will work in this field, then it will, please come on.
Thank you so much, sir. I would request all the students, if they have any question, they can raise their hand so that they can ask the question. They can unmute from their side, and we can unmute you from our side.
Hello, Khusro sir.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes.
yes,
Sir.
Yes, Abhilash.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Question is to Professor Malvi, sir. Sir, actually, IITTM, is there any possibility for us to come out with some programs ranging from 6 months to 1 year program, especially in entrepreneurship, sir? Why? Because lots of our students are already there in the industry. So in order to give a feeder to them, they have done their UG, but they want to do a diploma program in entrepreneurship. Is it possible like that, sir? Any methods are there or any means to pursue that?
Yes, sir. There are the fantastic question, and there are two policies. Those who are working with this, the first policy I told you about is National Innovation and Startup Policy. Second is National Education Policy. They say that you can adopt this type. You can start by university by your own the internship program. It depends how many credits you are keeping this thing. 3 to 4 credits you can keep it, and it will reflect in your mark sheet as well. Those who are already passed it, they can also do this thing work. So definitely we can start this type of a program. And the fantastically, you don't need your own faculty to do it. According to unit wise, you can design your syllabus of which type of the entrepreneurship skill you want to develop it. So keep 40% of the skill and invite that type of the person. So it easily can be done, and you can put the under the NEP policy.
I think Anurag sir will like to add something.
Yeah. I think, even in your syllabus, we can have the audit course, and you need not to, worry about, starting a separate course on this. Even some faculty from outside can start as an elective course, and even in the audit course, as rightly said by Dr. Malvi, that you can have this got listed in your mark sheet. So that will be very good idea to start with, and later on, because it's a policy matter, you can take up to your council and on that. You can get introduced the 3 months or certificate program or 6 month entrepreneurship program. And otherwise, there are many other institutions. They are having their entrepreneurship program. IITs, they have started entrepreneurship program. IIMs also they have entrepreneurship programs. You can get yourself registered there, and you can have kind of an add-on to your mark sheet what you are earning from IITTM. So this is, there are many ways you can get those diplomas done along with your the courses you are doing in IIT. So there are many ways. I'm sure Dr. Malvi has suggested 2 of them, but yeah, Dr. Malvi would like to say more.
Okay, thank you. I'm just taking another question. This is a fantastic question. Mr. Aman Kumar Kushwar is asking, sir, as tourism is a service-based sector, can the esteemed guest tell us about how we can develop a product based on that, and also how we can learn to develop the idea? So there might be 2 answers, from one from my side and another from Dr. Anurag's side. So see, when you file a IPR or patent, intellectual property right, so there are 3 definitions, the 3 conditions on which you can patent IPR can be filed. One, it should be a product or service. So fantastically, you are already under the first condition, that you are in a service condition, and your process can be patented or intellectual property right. Dr. Anurag sir, any supplementary answer, please?
Yes, you rightly said, and the question itself has the answer, right? Question itself has the answer. When you are having a clear-cut boundary, that you know that what is product, what is service, and whatever innovation you do, whether it is in product or it is in service, ultimately it is going to give benefit to the masses, right? And you are interested in, like for example, let's say they have how we can develop a product based on that. So right, like Dr. Malvi has said, when you are calling it as a product, right? You must understand when you're calling it as a product or it is a service, right? So that is very important. So whether its product is really required or not. In fact, many times, even the services you are providing these days through the mobile apps, right? Those mobile apps, though they are providing services, but you are treating them as a product, basically, right? So that's how, because in the tourism industry, these days, IoT system is working a lot. The mobile apps are being developed. So for the benefit of the customers, for the benefit of the tourists, and many, other stakeholders, for example, the hotel industry, like the food service providers, Zomato, Swiggy, all these, what solutions they have developed, they are basically providing services, but ultimately the solution they are using, it is the product. So the picture is very, very clear that products are very well required to provide the services. So you cannot talk about the services without having a product. I'm sure you know the question what they were interested to ask has been answered.
Mr. Khusro,
And there was
there is one question for Nirvan Singh, Dr. Nirvan Singh as well.
yes,
Is
and
it
Yes.
possible that agriculture productivity increased by organic farming because statistics never allow us to support organic farming? Dr. Nirvan Singh, could you please
Yes,
read
sir.
that?
So that is very true that when we're talking about the organic farming, definitely that this is the new concept in India, and we are already doing the same things for the long times. And we know that sometimes we are going to calculate the fertilizers, what the fertilizer we are going to use as compared to the organic or the cow dung, how the vermicompost is going to be helped them. I'm just giving the answer that one, that vermicompost definitely we having the same productivity as compared to the chemicals used by the farmers. And another thing is that by the use of the vermicompost or the cow dung, definitely we are going to enhance the fertility of the soil. That is very important. And consistently, when we are using the different chemicals, definitely we are going to lose the fertility of the land. So these are the things which is the difference. And another thing is that if we are going to take the organic product which is having the huge demand in the international market, definitely we are going to enhance our income. That is very important for the Indian farmers. We are able to produce the organic product in a large scale, and we are able to export that one at the international market. We having the huge demand. So definitely, if we are going to make the commitment, I'm not saying that full land is going to be used the organic farming, but sometimes 10%, 20% we can take the land which is going to be used only the organic farming for our health and for our enhancing the income also.
Dr. Khusro.
Thank you very much, Nirvan Singh ji, and thank you very much, CS Malvi sir, for conducting and reading all the questions and sharing with the experts. I think, is there any other question?
Yes, sir. There is a one
Sorry,
question.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, hello, this is Dr. Ravinder. So there's
Ravinder,
one more
please,
question.
Ravinder, please conduct the question answer session. Yeah.
Right, sir. So there's one more question. This is about, can you please share the scope of agriculture, tourism, and village adoption programs, which can connect with the students, showcase them with ground reality of India, and what exactly is the position of agriculture tourism after post-pandemic, and can tourism students, by the means, any means, can help to develop and promote the sector with our administrative expertise? Like this is
it on your screen, Nirvan sir?
Yes, I got the question. I think that is the very truth that when we're talking about the adaptation.
Yeah, I will just say, Ravinder, please tell the name of our student who has raised this question also.
Yeah, this is by Shrikant, sorry, Shrishant, sir. Right.
The Shrishant, okay.
Shrishant, sir.
So definitely this can achieve by us because I have already told you that we are going to develop the FPO, Farmer Producer Company. This is the group of the peoples, and definitely they belong to the rural areas, and whatever the product they are producing right now, we are able to explore that one. And we are also thinking that if we are able to change the things with a particular village, definitely we are going to change a lot of things with the farmers. And we already developing that one, the rural village, and so we are selecting the 1 or 2 village where we are able to implement all the schemes, awareness programs, and the FPO is already having the office over there. So we are having the meeting with them, and we are going to convince them, and we are going to provide all the assistance which is going to be helped to the village. So definitely this is going to connect with the rural tourism also. And we have the number of the peoples, those are interested to develop the rural tourism, and already the number of the survey is already done in the riverine areas. And I told you that only in all over India, 70-75% riverine we having in our region. So that is a big opportunity for us to explore that one. So definitely we are able to do that, and we have already selected the 1 or 2 village where we are able to make some village cottages, some development over there, so that we can visit our students, our visitors to over that place, and definitely they can enjoy the life of the rural areas. So these are the things which is very upcoming. I think so that is going to be clicked in our region also.
I think so. Yeah, we have one more question related to the IPR, I think, but it will take too much time as by Dr. C.S. Malvi, sir. With this, I think the questions which we're having that are over now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ravinder sir, for helping in the glitch. Thank you so much, Malvi sir, Nirbhan sir, and
Right, sir.
Anurag sir, for answering the question. Now I would request Barwa sir to please put forward the vote of thanks for the session. For
I think
our
we should have we addressed all the questions which students have raised. If
Yes, sir.
if experts has time, then we can check, or otherwise it's okay.
Right. I'm just
And we
checking
can have
also.
another session also. Dr. Malvi sir want to say. Dr. Malvi wants to say.
Mr. Aditya also asked one question, that can we share this idea with other institutes? Like you have some idea and you want to share with IITTM only.
Right.
No, Aditya, you can share your idea with a nearby institution center, like Dr. Anurag Srivastava is looking for triple IITTM, Nirbhan Singh is looking for the agriculture ideas. I am here looking for technical product ideas. And there is another smart city and cleaning 6 different types of idea is DHIC at smart city. Or you can always, you should start with your representative, like Mr. Khusro is here. But don't worry, you can share the idea with all the nearby incubation centers. Okay.
Aditya, have you got your answer? Because you have been a part of co-host now, so you can interact with us. So you are so Aditya.
Yes, Professor, I've got my answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aditya. Okay, thank you. It's very nice to hear from your side.
There are many other things as well. Even the PMO has opened his own website. You can file your ideas there, and PMO is directly helping out Prime Minister Office. They have their own website. Ministry of IT has its own website. You can put your ideas. They will connect you. If you don't find incubation center, right, and you can get connected from the ministry side. So you can visit personally. You can interact personally with any incubation center nearby to your place, wherever you are located. Otherwise, you can directly go to the websites of the Government of India's different ministries. So ideas are welcome there as well. So for example, if it is related to the agriculture sector, the Agriculture Ministry has opened on its own website. You can directly put your ideas. And otherwise, PMO has opened. Even in the Modi portal, right? That also you can. But otherwise, if you are in Gwalior, of course, there are many centers. Dr. Madhu has already said. The Smart City Gwalior has its own center. They are helping out, they are giving the funding. Because ultimately, students are more interested in funding, is what I have observed in the last 10 years. But my suggestion is, instead of looking for funding, please come up with a very good idea, get it shaped through the mentors, and then think about the funding. Funding is no issue. Funding is no issue. You'll get the funding from even the angel investor. They are ready. In Gwalior, there are many funders available. You don't need to go to the incubation center. They are ready, but only that you must have the courage to convince them, right? You must be smart enough to convince them the idea is good, it is marketable, and they are going to get money out of them because they are businessmen. So they are not getting any kind of return on that. They are not. They will not be interested to invest any kind of money because ultimately, how long government will support to incubation center? Initially, they will support for 2 years. And later on, you have to devise some kind of strategy to sustain and also keep helping the budding entrepreneurs. So through your sources only, you have to generate, and whatever you are putting the investment, you should keep earning from that, and then because even institute, like for example, Dr. Maggi has said in the scheme itself, it says that 1% of the total budget should be invested in the innovation and these kind of activities. But how long? So we have to devise some mechanism. So these entrepreneurs, the budding entrepreneurs, they should come forward. They will start running, and then pay back to the system. And this will generate a corpus, and that corpus can be utilized to help other budding entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Mr. Anurag Srivastav and everybody here. Now I will request our nodal officer IITTM Gwalior, Shri Chandrasekhar Barua for vote of thanks. Please, Dr. Barua.
Thank you so much, respected director, sir. It's a pleasure for me to extend thanks on behalf of the IITTM family. It's a really very worth today. We have a very live interactive session with good number of students. And it's really a very surprising for all of us that we have such a talented faculties in Gwalior from a prominent institution like IITTM, Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, respected Professor Anurag Srivastav, sir, Dr. Nirbhan Singh ji from very famous university, Rajmata Vijaya Raje Agriculture University in Gwalior, from Gwalior, I mean, and we have respected Professor C.S. Malvi, sir, Dr. Chandrasekhar Malvi, sir, I have to say full name because everyone can remember the name and can remember the face also. He's always very smiling, very cool personality. And such, three important faculties, important guest faculties, I mean, they deliver such a very detailed information on this important subject, important topic, because now is the time, 2021, when we have to think, we have to plan number of innovative ideas. IITTM taking an initiative under the umbrella of our present director, sir, Professor Alok Sharma, sir. Special thanks to all of you for your presence, your attendance, a very precious time and very important, knowledgeable session you delivered to our students, to our faculties, and all the IITTM faculties that attended. So special thanks to nodal officer, sir, from Noida, Dr. Pawan Gupta ji, Dr. Mohammad Sabir Hussain Saab, nodal officer from Bhubaneswar, Dr. Monica Prakash ji, nodal officer from Nellore Center, Professor Babu sir, Sudeshna Babu sir from Goa Center, and all my colleagues, they all attended an important, very seriously. I'm watching all the students, they are very carefully listening and attending and raise very, very interesting questions. Even they got very good answer also. So once again, my sincere thanks once again on behalf of IITTM family, and we would like in future your full support for establishment of this incubation center also. We would like to invite you also in future, and definitely number of benefit will come to our young youths for establishment. I wishing you a good day, sir. Thanks a lot to print and electronic media also.